like I'm on the brink of something beautiful, or maybe terrible. I know I shouldn't ask you to be open with me when I have my secrets that I tend to keep safely under lock and key. I'm hypocritical, but at least I know we could be beautiful, or maybe terrible. Only one way to know. Only one way to know. Is this a yes or a no? Which way will it go? Only one way to know. Only one way to know.
Hey there, gang. Welcome back to the Tavern, and welcome back to ABHAILE. We're a group of goofy goobers dreaming big dreams, telling bigger stories. And we are super stoked to have you all back with us tonight for some more Legends of ABHAILE. But first, as always, gotta take care of a few announcements first. So hey, get on over to You Begin in a Gift Shop to check out some merch. If you guys act fast, there is still a few hours remaining on our 10% off sale that ends tonight at midnight Central Standard Time. So get on over there and grab something while you still can get it cheap. Finally, real quick, let's talk about a couple awesome actual plays that are out there on the interwebs. In case you all are looking for some more action, you can check out the Fatal Roll on Monday nights, featuring yours truly, as well as the talent behind Lord Corbin Fairweather, Mrs. Finicky Fox. And on Tuesday nights, you can represent the Gale Song by heading over to Tasha's Curse of Strahd game. Both of these awesome shows stream on Twitch, and their links are in the description below. But without further ado, we dip beneath the cloud cover to a small makeshift camp, no more than a handful of wagons rounded up for safety and warmth against a rocky outcropping here on the Raymere Road, a little poorly maintained road that branches west from the Evermarch, heading down to Boreala's hidden coast and to the lanterns that swing from those rocky cliffs. So, while the grouping of wagons appears quaint and quiet at first, innocuous even to some, with the poor eyesight at least, for those with a keen perception, you notice that the snow has turned to slush under many a footfall, creating a muddy mess. Between road and ditch, it's hard to tell where one begins and one ends. Snowdrifts that are here and there have been upset by quick and violent movement, leaving red streaked white glistening off the light of Aya shining down between strands of clouds that break here and there. So gang, we've just had a few moments pass following the ambush that you all I would like to say were the targets of, but you weren't, and I'd like to say were the victims of, but you kind of turned it on the ambushers and made them the victims pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah,
they changed their minds. I think in this moment, for brevity's sake, because there are a few missing faces here tonight at the table, Hunter and Adran right now are tending to the numerous bodies that have been produced by said ambush. I think at this moment as well, Hob, who is the elderly, nearly blind carriage driver from the front wagon, as well as the bigger orcish woman who is driving the second, they're kind of setting up a little makeshift campfire there on the road amidst the wagons, as they've kind of got them all brought together now with the lighthouse and the other two They were able to find some rocks and create a nice sturdy base that's dry to put their fire. And immediately, once their little fire gets lit, and they start feeding it with splinters and chunks of wood from the second wagon that Cal and Melee were in that was blown to bits, they get a good little fire going, and this nice, pleasant warmth expands out, and suddenly the cold, biting wind of the night isn't so scary out here. You can see, as you're all looking around you here, just the faint wisp of a roadway heading off more north and west. Seems like it's mostly covered in snow and doesn't appear like anyone's been down it in quite some time. Real quick, I will put us back on that weird battle map just because it is a rather, I don't know, it's not snowy in the map, but it's at the very least
it's nice to look at.
It's nice to look at. So I'm going to do some dragging here real quick to move a couple of these things around. Wagons mostly.
My poor Finny, does he still have an arrow in his gut?
I'm positive that he was able to get rid of that.
Oh, phew. I was worried I bled out over the last couple of weeks.
I mean, if you want to, you can.
I would vote for not. Although Twilight Cleric does sound like it'd be fun to play too.
Can I rotate this bad boy? Is that a possibility? Nope. I don't know. We're going to use our imagination a bunch.
Can't tell the mind.
And pretend like these wagons are circled up, but you get the idea. And let's get rid of some bodies, because we don't need those. This is that engaging stuff that the people at home really come from.
Oh, yeah.
The bodies, eh?
Map management.
Right? Oh, you want to talk about map management? Were you here for the freaking Emu War? That was a bad time.
I was not, unfortunately. I wish I almost was, but then something came up and I couldn't.
Melee and the bandit guy are up here. Tome is... Where's Tome hanging out?
I'm over here.
You're over there. Adran and Hunter can be doing... They're we'll say they're helping dig a little shallow grave. And then Finn, you can be wherever you want to be, Finn. And we'll say that this bottom one here is the lighthouse, Finn.
All right.
And
so
then,
let's, yes.
So this is the lighthouse. This bottom wagon here is the lighthouse. The one that Melee and the bandit are in is the front wagon. The one that did not get shot up, that would be this one here. That is, it's still a functioning wagon. It's just got holes knocked in it everywhere.
Could I start using the mending spell on the second one to start repairing it?
Absolutely. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure I didn't have anything else I wanted to narrate to you guys about this little setup. Okay, so just to like put the setting in place here. So we are right around midnight. We're approaching probably within an hour of you guys having to take a sleep or not being able to, or having to at least sleep in the morning. To get your full nights, but Melee, I believe we left off. You are in disguise in the carriage with the bandit captain, and wanted to check real quick with you if you wanted to do anything at this moment. He does appear to be unconscious at this moment.
No, I don't think so. I was going to have him tie him up like across the wagon from me. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, kind of like, so these are kind of like you're like more of like a carriage, like a covered carriage than a covered wagon. So like bench seat, floor space, bench seat type of thing. You know, you're kind of sitting across from, is kind of the way I imagine it.
Yeah, no, I just wanted a way to prevent him from getting within touch range.
Okay, yeah.
And keep my illusion up.
Yeah, and just to kind of like paint you the picture of the interior, the bench seats are wide enough that he is kind of back up against one of the walls, and then kind of just like sitting there. He's got his hands tied behind him, but he does have a very significant tibia fracture in his lower leg that you can tell it cannot support weight of any measure. Looks to be a completely broken bone. I know what those feel like. Seriously, it's the weirdest sensation in the entire world when you look down and you're like, I'm pretty sure my leg's broken, and you move your leg and the top part moves and the bottom doesn't. It's really cool.
It's fucked up.
So you said we're at a stop.
That sounds
right?
terrible.
What's that, Finn?
You said we're at a stop right now, right?
Yes, we are pausing. Like, we are pausing to camp for the night because we've just had an attack happen and we can't really keep going without exhaustion.
Okay, I am gonna jump off of the lighthouse. First I'm gonna grab a bottle of my cheapest hooch that I got, like pretty much turpentine with a little bit of grape juice in it. Not in a bad thing. It's edible. It's consumable. It's not gonna kill you. But I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna go over to the bandit captain. I'm gonna offer him this for the pain.
He's completely
And then I'm gonna try
unconscious
and-
right now.
He's out, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I am gonna cast Cure Wounds on his leg.
Okay.
Try and heal that fracture for him.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
we are peers. We're not savages.
I got you. Roll that for me real quick, and while you are doing that, I want to just to kind of like keep the.
Sorry, healing word, not Cure Wounds, because I don't have Cure Wounds.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Totally fine. I'm just going to find his little sheet here. But in the meantime, though, while you guys are, you're in the wagon with Melee and the bandit captain, well, who looks like another bandit, but
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend to be unconscious the whole night until he wakes up, and I'll just take the exhaustion level if I have to.
I got you. Is your disguise self? Is that that is concentration, isn't it?
Oh,
Yep.
no, it's not.
It's 1 hour duration, cast at will.
Oh, okay, nice.
So
Nice.
it's a verbal and a somatic component. So I don't know if I try to hide that or just hope that it's up for a while when he wakes up. Or
I got you.
I need to do that.
Because that'll be very, very interesting here in just 1 second. So we will come back to the pair of you guys here in just 1 second. I just want to touch base with Cal and Tome real quick. So Tome, I know you said you were working on mending the wagon.
Yeah, I would actually ask Cal for support and like holding some of the bits together, so I can cast a spell and kind of like affix the wood and canvas back together.
Okay, and just real quick, because I'm not super familiar with it. Is it 5 foot areas that it mends, or 1 foot areas that the spell does?
I think it's like, let me check. Yeah. I could just check the AD Beyond, but
you know.
Blah, 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 1 foot is the answer.
Cool. And yeah, for those of you guys at home, this is just a perfect example of one of those situations where no DM has to know the answer to every question. Ask your players; they know. So 1 foot, and it's pretty much instantaneous.
It's over the course of a minute. But
Over
yes.
the course of a minute. Okay.
Once the minute's up, it the breaks sealed together like nothing happened, as long as it's not.
Oh god, I just dropped a dice. Let's get a
And
different
even
dice.
it also can't really restore. It can't restore any magic to any object that once was magical.
Okay. There are 8 entry wounds from crossbows piercing the outside, and there are 4 that made it all the way through to the other side. So I'm positive that one little application of per, and you can have a completely functioning carriage once more. Hell yeah.
I will say he's been like the entire, aside from uttering the minor incantations, Cal, he doesn't seem to be saying anything, just focusing on his job.
What's going through Cal's mind right after that craziness that went on?
I mean, not much. She's just kind of, well, that's over. We need to take care of this now.
Oh yeah.
Calandra.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
What was it like when you killed a person for the first time?
That's a deep question.
How long ago was it for you? You can remember.
It wasn't very long ago. Keep in mind, she's like 22, so she's pretty young.
Was it more than a few days ago?
Yes.
And unfortunately, I have you beat.
Do I?
When Adran and I first approached the town, there were bandits sieging it. I didn't think much of it at the time. They were a threat and they needed to be dispatched. And so I did so. I didn't think much of it. I don't even recall the face of the man or woman whose life I took. And I have done so again tonight.
Not unprovoked.
But it felt different, Calandra. The first time it was just accomplishing a task. Connecting 2 pieces together. But I wanted them to be hurt. This time. I wanted them to suffer. These men, these thieves, these brigands, would upset so many lives. They deserved death. I relished in it, and it is confusing, and it... What does it mean?
I'm not sure what it means.
Skynet is becoming self-aware is what it means.
It's the one conversation where you can prevent the Terminator. Good luck.
Yeah, basically.
It's all on you, John Connor.
Ever since our encounter with that man earlier tonight, it just... I keep feeling this burning feeling. The back of my... I don't have a skull, but the back of my head feels warm, and all I see is the person I'm going to kill.
Cal, roll me an insight check.
Did it not roll? Oh, there it goes. Dang, you are being slow tonight.
This is why I have migrated to these. 14. Cal, I think it might have went over your head for a second, because it's not a normal thing for you to have to think this hard about your emotions. But I think to you it sounds like in this moment that Tome is experiencing anger for one of the possibly first times in his life, and maybe isn't doing the greatest job processing it.
It's not the person I want to be. My
No,
mother.
no, we don't want to be like that.
My
But
mother always.
sometimes
Sorry.
we have to be like that.
It's funny. You sound just like my mother. She always said that violence is never the answer, but it sometimes there's no other choice. But
We always try to use it as a last resort.
then why did I enjoy it so much?
Sometimes we weren't given the option.
This is a lot to think about. I apologize for burdening you with with these thoughts. I'm not used to sharing. When you live in the woods for 5 years and all you have to talk to is animals, I'm just not used to having people talk back.
That is fair. But if you ever feel the need to talk, I hope you know you can talk to me.
I take comfort in that. Thank you.
You're
Hopefully I continue not to lose my way. It appears the repairs are done.
Oh, good.
Well, in
Right.
that
Stick with
case,
us and we'll try to keep you on a decent path.
Grounded. Yes.
Yes.
grounded. I love it. This is one of those crazy moments where you have to be like, man, haven't talked to people but only talked to animals. But then Tome, someday you're going to realize, probably someday quick, that people are animals. And
Yeah, he's kind of already come. He's slowly coming to that conclusion as time goes on.
and
He's technically not a person.
so we're going
Well,
to
not
go
in the
ahead
convention.
and drift. While that's happening, we're going to drift over back to the other carriage. An interesting dichotomy where a lovely conversation amidst repairs had between the slightly unhinged mage and the slightly mage
Slight?
hunter. We transition back over to the other wagon as your healing magic sinks into his clothing that's soaked with blood, and then down into his green and gray mottled skin. You did 6 points of healing with that, Finn, is that correct? Hell yeah. And what's your
That is correct,
what's
yes.
it look like when Finn's magic sets up? Just curious if you had like anything in
Well,
mind.
when he's healing, it is a warm, soft, glowing red moonlight-esque feel. It's like when you're taking a walk at night and you kind of see that shimmer on the lake, a little bit of fog above it. That's kind of what we're looking at. It's a little misty, foggy, moonlit night kind of feel.
I got you right when the moon hits your eye.
Like a big pizza pie.
That's amore.
And that's a pink eye. No, that's a pink eye.
Hell yeah. So you're healing.
No,
magic.
so that is a spirit weapon.
Anyway,
Your your healing magic sinks in, and I think with he comes to consciousness, and it's visible to you, at least, Finn. Melee, I believe you might be faking it, so that is completely up to you how much you're aware of at this moment. But
Yeah, she's probably got her eyes closed, slumped over on the bench.
I got you. As he does a good job of keeping his composure. He doesn't snap his eyes open immediately. He doesn't yell out in obvious pain. Your healing sinks in, Finn, and some of the more serious injuries seem to at least partially heal themselves, as he has been given a lot more than
This is
he
the big
is.
green guy, correct?
Yeah. Big orcish guy.
I look at him and I go, whoa there, big fella. Sun's getting real low, okay? Like, listen, we're not trying to hurt you. You can tell I'm trying to heal you here, buddy. Sun's getting, calm down.
He just remains quiet with his eyes closed, still
Just
sitting
stay
there.
calm. I know you're awake. I can feel the change in you, buddy.
Hey,
You
he's
want to
not,
tell us why you attacked us?
He remains quiet.
I'm going to go back to trying to heal him some more. Just kind of help him regain consciousness.
Yeah, he.
We gotta go ahead.
He is conscious right now. He just seems like he is just refusing to talk. Is what seems like is going on right now. He doesn't. You can roll an insight check if you want to, Finn.
That would be fantastic.
Ooh.
I rolled a 16 on, or I rolled a 23 on mine and a 1 on yours.
Yeah, he is, I don't know, maybe he doesn't understand your language, or maybe he doesn't talk, maybe like he's a mute, I don't know.
All right, his hands are still bound, correct?
Yeah, behind his back.
Yeah, behind his back. I'm gonna go over and check on I'm gonna go over and check on melee. I'm going to cast minor illusion to create like almost like a partition in between the two, so he can't see what's going on the other side. Especially with his eyes are closed, he can't peek over and take a look.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to see if I can get any signs of life, any kind of signs of anything from her whatsoever. Because as of right now, I don't know that she's her, correct?
No, everybody's in on the plan.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. So I'm going to check her out if he's okay, any healing that he may need, anything along those lines. Did you have any damage last round?
No.
I was kind of looking at her. And
We'll say, well, with that
I mean-
insight check, I can't really.
You can do a, what is it, perception? I was gonna
I better
say.
do an investigation. I know I do.
Oh yeah, it is investigation.
What are you trying to investigate, sir?
I was just
I mean,
Like, just
go ahead, man.
checking
if he
melee
passes
out,
the
like-
investigation, he would
Yeah.
see through the disguise and tell that I have no actual.
Oh,
wounds.
yeah, if you want to, you can make that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you're.
Well, I mean, if I know that she's
I-
okay and that she's disguised as someone, I'm just going to pretend to be doing this.
Okay.
Going to go back over to the orc, the guard captain, kind of help him sit up a little bit. Even though he may be pretending to be asleep, I'm going to slouch him up. So.
I'm not sure if I was clear now. He's kind of sitting. He's sitting with his legs up on the bench
Okay.
long ways. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm just going to take a seat on the bench across from him and wait for him to decide to talk. And just look at him and say, I've got all day and you're not going anywhere.
Gotcha. Just above the
And
table.
I'm going to start praying.
Just above the table, I just want to, because I know you weren't here last week, so but Finn was. So the plan was that he's probably not going to talk to you guys. The plan was to have Melee disguised as the guard so that he might talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
just letting you know that her spell's on a
Yeah.
time limit. So if you know.
All right, then I'm gonna jump. Then I'm gonna jump out of the cart. I'm gonna go over and check on. I'm gonna go check on anyone and everyone else, and if necessary, start a bonfire in the middle of the little wagon
I got you.
circle.
The carriage drivers have got a bonfire going already. But yeah.
All right.
As
Then I'm gonna grab my pot, some of the potatoes I have, and start boiling some potatoes for some food.
I got you. Right on. And then we will come back
Potatoes.
yeah, you can boil them, you can mash them. I've heard you can even stick them in a stew. So
Potatoes. If we're gonna do it in the Irish, you gotta put the potatoes.
So Melee, as Finn departs the wagon, a couple minutes go by, and let me see here. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone if that made weird sounds for y'all. He gives a good couple minutes to kind of try and ensure that Finn's probably not anywhere near the wagon. And his eye finally cracks open and he looks to the side, recognizes you and says, Dosh, can you walk?
She's not going to do anything for the first few words, and then slowly and kind of groggily pretend to wake up.
Dosh, can you walk?
Oh, boss, what I think I can walk. She'll sit up and hold her head, pretending to be kind of woozy from being hit in the head.
There's like a spider monkey. She was so angry. She just, she came right out of the carriage. Scariest thing I've ever seen. It's the last thing I saw.
Ethan's bodyguard?
I don't think
Who was that?
I don't think he was here. I think we got set up or duped or...
Out of character, it was the Viper, he said, sent the regards, right?
Yes. The Golden Viper.
The Golden Viper. Yeah, she'll say, you really think that the Golden Viper would do that to us? What? Why would...
I don't know that Duke Claire did, but he was supposed to be in there and he was supposed to be alone.
Just a rotten luck. How are we gonna get out of here? Does his leg still look broken? Or is it like
it's definitely better. It still doesn't. You roll a medicine check real quick if you want to.
Sure.
Those are fun ones that I never asked for.
I have a +3 to that.
+3? Heck yeah. Hey, not bad. Average. Perfectly average. Good probability. If he could put weight on it, he couldn't go very far or fast.
Alright, she's gonna say, I don't think you're going anywhere soon. Look at that leg. I could try to run and get help.
He looks around. Hold on just 1 second. Hold on just 1 second. Man, I really hate the new. Anyway, he looks. Could. We're in the carriage, right? Wagon.
Yeah, I think the one he was supposed to be in.
How many of them were there, do you think?
I saw at least 4 before I got hit.
Oh, fuck. Do we know if we got any of them?
I mean, a couple shots, but
Fuck.
I just saw him go down. Yeah, it was not our greatest fight.
Holy shit. Do you, do you think you could, do you, we could just wait till they're asleep and steal the horse and steal the whole damn wagon. They'd have to chase us down. Maybe they're not inclined to.
Maybe. Are you... I don't know how quietly I can hook a horse up to one of these. I suppose we could always run if we had to. Do we... Is there anyone we can go to nearby? Or are we stranded out here?
There's, roll me a persuasion real quick, Melee, just to sweeten the pot, as it were.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going great.
I'm gonna spend a hit die to do advantage.
This guy's gonna be so bummed out.
He's already real
20.
bummed out.
Yeah, no, he's pretty fucking crushed. Imagine how much worse it's gonna get though.
There's, if we can make it, the road's covered. The wagon will never make it. I don't know that I'll make it either. Up the way, up the road, there's an old farmhouse. It's mostly burnt down, but behind it there's a thicket of trees, and there's a tall one that sits higher than the rest. It's on top of an old way stop we used to smuggle shit. It's I think you're too new to have ever met it there, Tosh, but it's old. And it goes deep, and we use it for storage, for smuggling, and there's usually supplies. You can lay low there. They won't find it. It's so overgrown.
What do you... Is this... So you're taking the cart on? Or...
If I
Gotta
don't
make a
make
break
it,
for it if I can.
If I don't make it, because I'm rough. That little...
Where should I go after that? Do you think if I go back to the Golden Viper, he's probably going to kill me, right? Doesn't seem like a job you should come back from.
You might be right about that, Tosh. You could try one of the other lanterns. As long as you don't make too much of a splash, they shouldn't ask too many questions about where you're from, who you supported. Otherwise, Best of luck to you if we get split up. If not, I'll do what I can for you.
All right. Well, say we give it a few hours. See if I can maybe she'll like prop herself up and scoot over to the window and try to peek out of it without using her hands or anything.
Yeah, I need.
Looks like. Yeah, you get some rest. I'll wake you up if they go to sleep.
What'd
It
you
looks
see?
like they're cooking
What'd you
something.
What are they doing?
I see a couple at a campfire, and it looks like they might be repairing a wagon.
Oh. Well, shit, maybe we can actually get away then. Maybe their wagons are broke. We did shoot one of them up pretty good. Alright.
As it's being fixed with magic.
Yeah, I don't know if we're lucky enough to be in the only good wagon.
I don't know if we're lucky at all. This
is great.
Over the next 3 to 4 minutes is going to just drift off to sleep or unconsciousness once more. And as you give him a little bit of time to see whether or not he is fully out or not, we will cut back outside as Finn, you're preparing a little impromptu midnight snack here with Hob and the orc lady from the second wagon. Cal and Melee, I'm sure you guys have... no, God, I'm sorry. Holy cow. Cal and Tome, I'm sure you guys have pulled up as well for the warmth of the fire. Well, Cal, I'm sure. Tome, I'm not sure. You don't require a warmth, but...
he just kind of is going with the flow because he's like, oh, like when he sees Cal putting their hands out, he's just like, oh. It doesn't serve a function, but he's like, I'm part of the group.
What do you mean it doesn't serve a purpose? This is 0th level heat metal.
Yeah.
Did you say he puts his hands out too?
Yeah, he watches you do it, and he's like, oh.
Learned it from watching you, man.
I see. Fire, hot, ow.
Do you require warmth? Are you cold?
Well, my body registers extreme temperatures like cold or heat, though I do not require either in order to survive. I do not require food, water, do not even need to sleep.
Wow.
Yes, so it would be most unfortunate for anyone trying to escape.
The big orc lady looks over at you, Finn, while cooking the meal, and she claps you on the back with her hand that's like the size of your torso. She goes, "What about you, little boy?
Thank you. I needed that.
Thank
you. I needed that.
Did you have a rib out of place or something, little man?"
Oh, I got shot in the gut with an arrow.
Oh, you gotta avoid that.
Nothing I couldn't take care of.
You gotta avoid that.
Yeah, I feel like it was an out of body experience. It's like I almost wasn't there.
I know all about that. She,
you know what I mean? It's like
she looks over. She's like, "Yeah."
It is amusing that they thought their inferior implements could harm us.
It's,
that's right, buddy.
They had some balls on them, didn't they?
Yeah, I saw them. That was right at the right level.
They had balls? I did not see balls.
Well, I mean,
you weren't squatted down low enough, buddy.
It's a figure.
Why would that help?
Like, they thought that they were gonna get the drop on you guys.
But we obliterated
They didn't
them.
plan on our secret weapons.
Yes.
Which is a monk and a necromancer that is throwing missiles at people.
Out of all the enemies, the big one was the least intimidating. He went down like a, what is the phrase? Sack of potatoes? He kind of looks towards
speaking of potatoes, who wants a potatoes? My potatoes are ready.
I have never
Fry
consumed
them,
a
mush
potato
them,
before.
put them in a stew, they're all delicious. How do you like yours?
You've never had a potato before.
Interesting.
Never had a potato?
He kind of just. Is there a bag that has him over? just has the raw ones sitting out.
Oh, if you've never had potatoes before, please allow me. I will give you the chef's sampler. And I go and I run off and I put some oil into a pan and I fry up some mashed potatoes into little puffs. I'm sitting here,
I like to imagine as this is happening, Tome's just reaching for the raw potato and just eating it like an apple.
and I'm throwing this stuff in. I'm making potatoes. I'm making curly fries. I'm making it all for her. And I bring it over and I set it down and this is called the Dreamer's Tickle Feast.
Mm.
It's a perfect feast.
It's just
After
potatoes.
you partake in it.
Potatoes are a feast.
They are.
I will take that back then if you are going to be so rude. Just potatoes.
I do enjoy the crunch of this.
They smell pretty good.
Actually, interesting side note. The French translation of potato is pomme de terre, which means dirt apple. So,
yeah, he's just looking at you, Finlow, just like with half a potato, raw potato, and he's like, the texture, very admirable. And he's just crunching it down in his robotic jaws.
Now she's going with the pure vegan, naturalistic way of eating a potato. And that is raw, straight from Mother Earth, with the earth nutrients still intact. It's a wonderful way. You get a very rich, full flavor. It's not my favorite. I prefer this one. And then I just pick up and there's like one of those really long, curly fries just hanging down. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and try this. It'll be like eating a worm.
Why would I consume a worm?
Well, you're eating a raw potato. I don't know what else you'll eat.
What's wrong with
Potatoes.
eating worms, man?
That's what I was offering it to.
Potatoes are the ore of the earth. He continues to eat
I'm going to
raw
offer some to the guy who didn't or who was okay with eating worms. You earned yourself some.
I'm not a guy, but thanks. And she takes it. And
Sorry. I've been down a little bit lower. Oh, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
Oh, before I forget, I should prepare. I would like to begin ritual casting the alarm spell while we're all gathered in one spot.
Cool. Where are you putting it? Just around the wagons, kind of, or?
I'm putting it around the wagons, specifically the trigger being if anybody beside myself leaves the radius, I will know about it.
Okay, cool. Heck yeah.
Including the party, because I like to know where everyone is.
What's the
once
time?
I have doled out.
Hold on, what's the time limit, or the time, or the cast time on that? Just so.
10 minutes with the ritual.
Okay, cool. So as you go about setting up that, Finn, what was that, sir?
After I've done passed out, or after I have finished passing out the food for anyone who wanted some, just the potatoes all the way you can have them. I'm going to go back to the lighthouse and I'm going to start taking a look at it and seeing if there's any damage done, if there's any big major missing pieces, anything. And I'm going to ask my friend Tome that, hey man, once you're finished setting this spell, would you mind mending the lighthouse for me? It's got a few spots that I would really love to have taken care of.
A trivial matter.
Yeah.
And he will.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Thank you. And then once he's completed that, I'm going to start opening up the side, which I'm going to say is facing in towards the bonfire. Going to put down the side and kind of set up bar just for anyone to come by and grab a drink as we're sitting here. Going to offer my wares.
It is approaching 1 o'clock in the morning too.
Okay, well then we'll save that for the
Bars
next.
are closed till.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't throw up in the bar. I'm just saying, at some point we're either going to risk an exhaustion staying up too late, or we're gonna risk that with not knowing what the morning holds. That's
Yeah, I'm ready to take a nap then.
I got you. Cool. So, in the last few minutes, as you guys are having your all's meal, and just sharing each other's company over a nice warm campfire while the wagons block most of the cool. Melee, what are you up to in the wagon here in these moments as you start to hear the snoring of the large orc man?
Yeah, I was gonna wait like at least half an hour or something after he falls asleep, just to make sure it takes.
Okay.
But then she'll. I think that I asked you guys to like not actually tie my hands.
Oh yeah,
I would have wriggle out either way.
I would have made sure that it's like tied in a knot that's easy to. It's like a baby knot that you could just kind of shimmy out of.
Yeah, so she'll work her
Network
hands out of that.
Where it's just
Yeah.
around the hand.
Yeah.
It's like Chang. It's like Senior Chang trying to tie Malcolm McDowell's hands in Community.
Oh yeah.
No one. No one.
It's been a while since I watched Community.
Oh god, it's the best show.
So she'll get her hands out of the rope, and then, like, as quietly as she can, whisper, "Hey, I got my hands free. You awake?" And then, like, wait a couple seconds, and then duck out.
Yeah, he'll just be like, "Oh my god, spider monkey." Nice.
Yeah. So when I get out, what does it look like outside?
Okay, just real quick, roll me a stealth check as you're leaving the wagon, just to see if the process of 17 better than him on his perception, because he is asleep and is whatnot. So yeah, you're able to get out of the wagon. Tome, real quick question about your alarm spell. Is there like a is that the one that you use like a silver thing for, or is that the one where it's just like an invisible area that's alarmed?
Oh, they're one and the same. The silver thread is the component, but it's not like
Gotcha. You don't
it's not
have to run.
No.
Space. I got you. So there's there's no visible indicator of the alarm for melee, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just the second you enter the 20-foot sphere, I know exactly what direction you're coming.
I got you.
Where
And
did you put that?
So when she's exiting the wagon, is she immediately triggering it, or is it like further out from the wagon?
I would have made sure to try and because I did the measurements, I would be able to get with a 20-foot sphere, or with the 20-foot cube. I'd be able to get all the wagons.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, by the time you've made your way around the wagon, melee, you would have set off his silent alarm spell, but looks like there's as you exit, probably on the. Sorry, I probably should have explained this. Probably on the left side of the wagon is the easiest. You can see the glow of the fire coming from under the wagon, and you hear the voices of the party.
Yeah, she'd try to sneak around, and then just, "Psst, hey guys," try to quietly get their attention without surprising them.
Like I'm already looking in that direction. He's making eye contact.
He's just like,
oh. I assume the windows are on the sides, right?
Yeah, there's just two little windows, and I guess there's like curtains front and back, but they're drawn.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna wave at him and then like motion behind this cart to her right, and then sneak over here to try to be out of earshot of that guy.
Cool.
I'll grab another potato and start walking over. I've gotten a taste for that.
That's what
You just see Tome Just munching a potato like it's an apple. You triggered the alarm spell. Is everything all right?
Yeah, he's asleep finally.
These are
Learned
really
a little
low.
bit.
Yes. What did you learn?
They were working for a Duke Galair, I think it is.
Duclair was the name.
There.
Oh, Duclair.
Yeah, which, if I remember correctly, I think you guys would have remembered as the name of the Golden Viper that had taken over the town of Winwer.
Interesting.
Yeah, he says they've got a smuggler's way stop up the road a bit. But I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do with him at this point.
I'll watch over him. I do not require sleep, so I have nothing else to do with my time. Well, I require to be stationary for 6 hours, but I'm fully
Alright.
conscious the entire time.
Do you want to make your alarm, or I guess I don't even know you have an alarm spell, do I?
Oh no, I mentioned it. I said, "Oh, you triggered the alarm spell."
Oh, right.
Is everything okay? Yeah.
Do you want to make one of those alarm spells that makes noise for everyone? And I'll go back in, and then I'll sneak out, and your alarm goes off, and then I'll pretend to run away and leave him behind. Unless there's anything else you think we can get out of him. He seems pretty beat, though.
I was the one to put him down. I should decide his fate. But I do have an idea, if you are keen to listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the idea being that instead of him waking up to seeing you across from there, he would see me. And I would tell him some unsavory things that I did. Perhaps that would give him a scare. Perhaps he may give up more information that he was otherwise not inclined to give.
Yeah, that works, too. You think there's more we can get out of him?
Perhaps. People
I'll
show
go,
themselves, in their last moments, people reveal who they actually are. So perhaps, if you put the fear of death in him, perhaps you'll... What's the phrase? The pig will squeal. Yes, that's the one my mother taught me. She thought I would remember what I did.
Did she torture pigs a lot?
No, but she used crude language, despite my objections.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go grab some stew and try to get some sleep. I'm exhausted from pretending to be asleep.
Yes, I will take over, as it were. My interrogation of him shouldn't last too long. As I said before, I can stay awake the entire night without... I won't be able to move, but I will be able to keep watch.
My friend,
She's
you
already
like
got
the
a-
woodland animals, correct? I'm talking to Tome.
I have a rapport with one in particular. He snaps his fingers and Quill appears on his shoulder.
That is a beautiful cat. I have got a few woodland creatures of my own. Oh, excuse me.
That's you.
I would like to offer one to stay company with you tonight, to help guard. And I'm going to reach into my gray bag of tricks. I'm going to pull out a fluff ball that are on 2 a.m. Now, this will disappear come dawn when he goes back to sleep, but he will help you keep watch just in case. And I'm just going to throw it and see what pops up, shall we? It will be a badger.
A badger.
There are badgers in Boreala.
Badger,
Take that, hey, Cap,
badger.
Please do me a favor and tell David that there are badgers in Boreala.
Oh, they're badgers
David.
everywhere.
There are badgers in Borealia. Boreala.
Because he refused to
No.
let me have it be a giant badger that was pulling my wagon at first.
Yeah. There's
This
badgers.
doesn't seem like an area that there'd be badgers. There are badgers.
There are badgers, not necessarily giant badgers.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
if I
further
would roll a
west.
6, it could
Yeah.
have been.
Further west.
But this little guy stays with you until I give him the command to protect and observe. Listen to our friend Tome. He is making the orders.
Very well.
And then I'm going to send my friend Buddy the Badger, over to you.
Nice.
Interesting.
Weird side note: my wizard's familiar is a badger.
Yeah, I was about to.
What?
I was saying, oh, that's interesting.
My wizard's familiar is a badger named Merlot.
Well, this one's name is Buddy.
Oh yeah. So Tome, you head into the wagon with
Yep.
Quill and Buddy the Badger. Hell yeah.
I will tell Buddy to wait and Quill to wait outside and play, because what's about to happen is not going to be for any innocent creature to see.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. They have a blast.
What happens when a magic badger and a magic cat start getting together and to play?
The birds and the bees and the river trees. Nope. No, they have a good time. They're awesome. Yeah, they're running around. They're getting dirty as shit, knowing that they're going to be prestidigitationed or poofed into non-existence here in just a little bit. So they're awesome. They're having a great time.
Not non-existence, back to ball form.
Well,
to
for
fuzzball.
one of them, and then the other one goes to the place where
Fine.
things exist or don't exist. Tome, as you take that step into the carriage, the wagon bouncing just slightly under your weight, he is snoring away until you shut the door. And then he jerks awake. Oh.
Hi. Remember me?
No. What did you do with Tosh?
Oh, you don't want to know what I did with them.
Well,
You see, I like to tie knots. I'm very good at what I do. But unfortunately with hers, this is the part where he kind of puts a finger up to his lips. If you know what's good for you, you'll stay quiet until spoken to. Now,
roll me an intimidation.
sure. I'll try. He's trying his very best to be intimidating, but I
yeah.
do have a negative charisma for this. He's basically mimicking what he's seen from his mother.
You know what? I'll let you roll it with advantage because you are terrifying and he's never seen you before.
9.
9. Hell yeah. Look, man, I don't know what you are, but I don't want no trouble.
Right. So as I was saying, your friends' bonds were a bit loose. They got out, and well, my magic missiles don't mess, as I'm sure you're very aware. Kind of conjures a bit of necromancy in his hands with the Toll the Dead spell.
Buddy, my hands are tied. I ain't trying to.
That's not the issue. The issue is that all your other friends are dead. And well, I just can't think of a reason to keep you alive. Maybe you want to change that.
Look, buddy, being honest, we live on the coast. We know how life is. I know my lot's up. So, I think I'd just assume to get it over with, too.
Or after your boss, the Golden Viper, as it were. You see,
Ain't my boss
he's my
no
ticket.
more.
I don't care. Because he's my ticket to getting information about some people who ruined my entire life. So, if you want to leave this wagon alive, I suggest you start talking. I won't ask again.
What do you want to know specifically? Because I don't work for the lady no more. Because I don't know if you could tell. This only goes one of two ways. Number one, way it should have went. We get Ethan Thorne killed. I don't think that was going to happen. Beings, we get a bunch of fucking dinglings, and what happens? We get the floor wiped with us. So, I don't think we're supposed to walk away from this.
Make no mistake, I have no love for Ethan Thorne. There's a very strong chance he may have played a hand in what happened to me. So I am asking you this. I want a detailed layout of the operation, every scrap of information, every conversation, everything that your little brain has about the Golden Viper. And if I am satisfied, then you get to continue to live.
Right. It's not like I know her that well personally. I'm a freaking lieutenant in our freaking shoreside group, and shoreside kind of gets laughed at a lot. We don't generate profits like the boat guys do. But whatever, I don't know. I like it, and whatever. But Duclaire's okay. Thorne tries to squeeze us too tight, rules from far away up in Whitethorn, and we just said, fuck it. We didn't want no part of that. We don't want to be paying our part to nothing. We want to just keep our own. And so we fight back. We push back. And he pushed back even harder. And now we're going to have to do something about him. Or that's what I thought. That's what we were supposed to do.
I see. Interesting. I can somewhat respect your goals, not wanting to work under another.
Ain't nothing that I can ever fix, because I'm always going to be under somebody, because Cholt is just Cholt, and I am not much more than that. And I'm not a leader. But I'm not much of anything right now. So you can just do whatever you want to with me. But, I mean...
Anything you say. Now that's interesting. Because I have no need for a dead man, at least not yet. You see, I'm a necromancer by trade.
I don't know what that means, my friend, but... I've never seen your type of... Well, maybe I have, actually. Just not alive.
What are you talking about? There is no other like me in this world. I am a one-of-a-kind creation.
I know I know for a fact that's not the case, my friend.
Keep talking.
Well, it's, south of here, I don't remember the town's name for the life of me. My head's still fuzzy, but it's one of the lanterns is built on the ruins of an old, ancient even, factory. And there's ruins of the like all up and down the coast. And in this, deep in the basement, 14, 15 of them just plugged into the wall, dead as Dale, dead as nails, just covered in dust.
You've been more useful than I expected. Interesting.
You only live long enough on the coast by being useful. I didn't know I was being useful, though. But...
So here's what's going to happen.
What? You're gonna kill me, right? That's what's happening?
I was thinking about it until you provided that little bit of information. You've been very helpful to me, and I believe you can continue to be helpful to others. Should you be interested. Otherwise, the alternative is death. I guess that's the question.
I mean, no one is going to take death in that situation, right? They're going to either lie or agree.
There's a town nearby. A town that I come from, a town that I wish to fix. But in order to do so, I need skilled hands. I need people who know what they're doing. And while I have a few volunteers so far, they do not possess the cunning and the skill that you do. So I am going to offer you a deal. You assist me in my endeavors in fixing this town. And I can offer you a salary, a home, and more importantly, I can talk to this pirate captain, Aelin. Make him think that you don't exist anymore. You'd be free.
Roll me persuasion,
Yo,
buddy.
Can I guidance this, please? Because I have shit charisma. Please.
Roll me a sleight of
Please.
hand to see if you can guidance it.
Okay, I will try. That's generous as it is.
Well, okay. So I'm not going to say roll me sleight of hand to see if you can guidance it. You can guidance it.
Nice.
Sleight of hand is
Oh,
to see
okay.
if you get away with it without him noticing it, and you do. So go ahead and guidance
Okay,
it.
cool. Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to use my my friggin' inspiration.
Yeah, that was your good roll on that sliding.
Yeah, I'm worried, Joe. Yeah, that's kind of biting me in the ass, but you know,
You got this, buddy.
I'm sure, probably, maybe, hopefully.
You can do it, Tome. You can do it, Tome. Send it to home run.
Not bad.
Send them home.
Not bad. Not bad. He's dude.
Yeah, 13.
He is a bandit captain stat block, so he is not anything special either, and no effing shit. That is a 6 on the die.
Yes! Let's go! -1 charisma, baby. Oh,
If
my
I can-
heart was in my throat.
If I live, you got a deal.
Very well. I'm not asking you to assist us in our endeavors in taking down the Viper. That would be far too dangerous for that.
Good, because that
Already
wasn't an
is.
offer.
I
You can't pay
was
me
just
enough to go back there. They will kill me.
I was just clarifying. When you get to town, there is an inn, Brant's Tap House, and he's going to reach into his pouch. And how much gold do I have on me? Actually, I'll just give him. What was the rate at Brant's Tap House? Out of curiosity.
I'm pretty sure it was 8 silver for a single.
Okay, I will give him 24 silver pieces,
Okay. Cool,
and
cool,
up for
cool.
3 nights.
Marked it off your sheet, and he'll take it.
And he was never heard from again.
I mean, that's a possibility, but that's a 24 silver investment, and you got a bandit captain to walk away.
Yeah.
Even, even if you're not so bad. Sorry we tried to kill you.
It's fine. It's a survival of the fittest, as it were, and we seem like easy targets. But you were never going to make it far with them anyway. They don't see your potential as I do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know that I have any potential, but we'll see.
Oh, stop. Your friends nearly killed us. Well, they did a
No.
glancing blow on me.
I-
Kind of
I-
points to his shoulder.
I don't think they did.
I was just trying to that was what you humans call, well, the humans call humor. I'm not very good at it.
Might be a couple of
I-
weeks before I'm laughing again.
Yes, but I believe one of the horses should, and I'll actually take the time to I'll unbind his hands at this point because I feel like he's not a threat no more.
Oh yeah, make a dex save. No, I'm kidding.
I'll give him directions to shit. I wrote this down, but I don't have my notebook. What was the name of the town we were staying in?
Margland.
Margland, yes. I'll give him directions back to Margland, specifically Brad's Tap House.
Okay.
Yep. Then I'll.
He's like, is it? I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna wait 30 minutes and steal this wagon. So make peace with that.
But technically, you'd be stealing from a pirate lord, so.
I'm okay with that. I'm gonna burn
okay
it
with
at
that.
the town, but I'm not walking. My legs fucked up.
Oh, I was going to offer you one of the horses. We have a surplus, it would seem.
Whatever those came from.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there are a
Unfortunate.
shit ton of horses. That is correct.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not wrong. Yeah, that works.
What should I call you? Because Lieutenant doesn't quite fit.
Chill. Stone
Chill.
Fist.
Well, Mr. Stonefist, you may call me Tome.
Like a book.
And he kind of puts his where a nose would be. He puts his finger on his nose.
Like a nose.
That was, yes, like a book, my friend. But yes, we have business to attend to with the Viper. I will return in 2 to 3 days, possibly sooner than that. Then we can begin our operation.
Sounds like a plan, boss.
Oh, boss, I like the sound of that.
Oh god.
A necromancer does have to have minions, chick.
Hell yeah. So, as we push into the early morning hours and make our ways in our various locations off to sleep with Tome in sentry mode, keeping an eye out, I think at this exact moment, it's a long day. It's been a long day. It's that type of sleep where you're like 90% asleep before you even lay down. And then you just fall. You're drifting. And Finn, you're drifting.
Yep.
And as you are not often, but not uncommon either, prone to, when you drift off to sleep, it's peaceful. You're on a warm beach somewhere. You've never even seen a warm beach in your life. Yet you're on a warm beach somewhere, and it's beautiful. The sun's just starting to set. It's shooting off oranges and purples into the sky as a few clouds here and there reflect the light. Off in the distance, there's just this weird, like, low bass note rumble. This just boom. It echoes. And a wave starts to rise up on the horizon, bringing the entire horizon higher and higher and higher until it blocks out the sun entirely. And as it approaches and gets closer, it's moving faster than any wave should ever move, you think. Again, it's this whole thing about never having seen an ocean because gnome world is landlocked as shit. It's crazy, and as the peak of the wave breaks and whitecaps over and makes that titular surfer's tube,
Rest, yeah.
you notice that's the word I was looking for. I didn't realize it. I'm not a surfer, guys, if you couldn't tell by looking at me. Shocker.
Grew up on the water.
But the wave is green, a minty light green. And as the wave crashes over you, Finn, in that last second of realization, like you're prone to in these moments, you realize you're not in danger as Corinne embraces you, or at least some figment of her power or being does.
It feels good. It feels tingly.
Hell yeah. The waves
Like you're
crash
being
across
held in your
you.
mother's arms as a child.
Hell yeah. And that feeling of knowing that your faith is rewarded is just as warm as her love is. And you get a glimpse, as you're often prone to. But this glimpse is something that you can imagine is real. Something that you can imagine is real, and something that you can imagine is real, and you feel as if... Roll me an insight check, actually.
Hey, you have got me sucked in.
God dreams, man.
Not. I swear to God, if you screw me over like you did last time, I just got a 21.
That might have been the first good insight roll of this campaign. That's fantastic. This vision you feel is... You've never seen this place before, but you feel it is close by. And you see a great stone roof. It looks like large blocks of sandstone or limestone or something. What it really looks like is concrete, but Finn's never seen concrete before, but it looks like a huge, maybe 6 to 10 foot thick roof of stone that has been covered over in grass and leaves and roots. They're hanging down and then covered over again in snowpack.
How tall is it? Can I tell how high off the ground? Like, is it like 3 or 4 stories, or like maybe 1 story?
It looks like it's... roll a perception check. It's difficult because you are quite close to it in this vision, but there is still some wiggle room here.
It'll be an 11?
With an 11, you can see... in the vision, it is daylight, but
Okay.
it is not light around you.
Okay.
So if that tells
So
you
I
that
can't
you
get a good reading.
beneath canopy,
Okay.
regardless.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
gives you something, but I'm not giving you anything overtly.
Gotcha.
And it's daylight, and on the 11 of that perception check, you can see that there is something inscribed in the stone, and it's very, very, very faint. And with an 11, I think the only thing that gives you a clue is that you start to see a few shapes that you can make out, and you can see moon. You see like slivers, and you think maybe that's a moon. Maybe
Okay.
that's like moons, like different moons. I don't know, but there's just something about that.
Phases, maybe.
Something, exactly something, and it just plants in your brain, and this gentle melody that sounds like the wind blowing through the leaves is just playing as it lulls you off to sleep, and Fenlo transitions into just another dream. As we drift off into sleep, you guys can take your long rest. So yeah, you guys have a uneventful night. We don't have a full crew here, and all of that. So I'm not going to torture you guys with watches and whatnot. You guys make it through the night perfectly fine. You get your long resty rest. And the next morning, around 7:30 in the morning, hard to say, you guys don't have clocks, but, that general vibe for a time, you all awake and find a nice clear day that has a nice little bit of a sliver of sun shining down, as it's decently warm, even as you kind of imagine that a lot of the snow will start to melt, or start to melt anyways, which could be good or bad for wagon travel, but yeah, you guys have the morning to yourselves to figure out what you guys want to do as far as moving onward. I think home at some point in the very early morning, Chul would have probably taken you up on that offer of a horse and vacated towards town, with the hopes of getting in before the gates get burdened with it's just been a few days since Tome's been on the receiving end of what it is like to get inside of town.
Yeah. If it speeds up the process, I'll tell him to. I'll tell him that he works. He technically is a subcontractor for the Disinherited.
Okay.
If that helps speed up the process at all.
Yeah, I mean, it probably can't hurt. So yeah, you guys, the morning is yours. What do you guys?
Yeah. After watching him leave on the horse, I'll start approaching the party and I guess tell them what happened last night and why he's riding away on the horse and not dead.
Oh.
Well, we have faith in you, friend. We have a feeling if you were going to if he was going to ride away under your watch, it was with your permission.
Yes.
He didn't seem that bad for a hired killer.
He very much also did not want to die.
But he did not say thank you for healing his leg, and I'm a little pissed about that. So I owe him a kick in the shin.
That seems ill-advised given the size difference, but I'm sure it will be fine.
It'd be more like an ankle kick.
Big as big.
A headbutt?
Yes. But I
I'm gonna
suppose we
headbutt him right in the shin.
Yes. But
do we want to try to clear out the waste up you mentioned to me?
it certainly wouldn't hurt to get more information. And
It's
to
on the
scare
way.
Viper. Yes, and to scare the Viper.
Let's not forget, we still have to get we have to get a lantern, get a key to get the statue to go back to where we were before. We've got so much to do. Our side quests are piling up.
Well,
Just saying.
given that if the individuals at this way stop are a similar strength to those that we dealt with, I doubt we will have much issue.
Oh, he wasn't even sure if anyone would be there. He told me to go get the supplies there. to
Yeah,
help
that's
me
kind
make
of the
my
vibe
escape.
it is kind of indicating, is that it was just kind of
Like a stash.
yeah, safe
Interesting.
house
The
or
worst we
whatever.
can do is go check it out and see if we have any supplies that we can take with us along our journey.
That does sound
Is
like
this
a
going in this? I wonder if
prudent
this
course
is
of
going in
action.
the same direction.
Yeah, it's like an hour ahead, I think.
Okay, so it's where. So we're gonna pass it anyways then.
Well, no, so it's like see, this is a rough
Or is-
estimation, but you guys were heading like
Oh, is it the other way?
you guys were heading this way, and it's up this like little bum ass road.
So up that road in an hour, so we burn 2 hours back and forth to get there and back to where we are here. Correct?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Seems about right.
Does this road seem to be maintained? Like, can I walk up it a little, see what I can see, and see if the road looks like it's actually been well traveled, or if it's just going to be a giant pain in the ass?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check there, Mr. Finn. Not bad. It's early morning, it's daylight, and it's a beautiful, clear day out here on the Riven Coast. It is a mostly snow-covered roadway. It's not deep, though. Maybe 3 or 4 inches or so, drifted here and there in a little bit taller spots, but it is a narrow road, and it is rutted, and it looks like it's just a, like, if you had to guess, it'd probably be like a farm road for a farm estate or a farmhouse, and so it doesn't get a lot of use, and it doesn't look like it is even in use anymore. It's kind of where you can see spots that the snow is like uncovered, where you guys were like moving wagons and stuff. It's grassy and covered, and does not look like it's the most wagon friendly of routes, but definitely.
Can I be casting Firebolt to melt the snow as we go to kind of free up our way? As long as a horse doesn't mind.
Well, there's that,
Being
and then
sarcastic.
it would also just really slow you all down. You know, to
So I'm gonna come back down the mountain, or I'm gonna come back down the hill then and say, doesn't look like this road has had much travel. So with the snow, that 2 hour turnaround time could turn into 10 real easy, depending on how the road is treated and if there's any traps or anything. You said this is where where he said where his people were. It might be laying traps as well.
Why don't we simply leave the wagons behind and travel on horseback?
That is a good idea.
I can go up like 30 seconds, a minute ahead of you guys in disguise if you want to.
Actually,
Really,
that might not be
I'm not concerned about it, but if you think it's something we have to worry about.
That actually might not be a bad idea. If anyone is there, it'll throw them off balance. And, potentially, you could lead them into a compromising position, which we could use to ambush them, turning the ambushers into the ambushees.
and the orc lady and Hob are they're just waking up and having some jerky, and she looks over and she's like, "We just gotta wait here, Skull. We're cool. We can just wait. We don't have to."
I'll tell you what. You guys stay here, watch the carts, make sure no one takes anything. I'll reward you each with a fantastic bottle of booze and a horse to get you home.
We're gonna just keep going with our wagons to our home in Windward, but we'll take horses though.
I wasn't here. I wasn't here for that part. But
oh, you're sorry. Yeah, you're good. But
just offering them a hooch to stay behind, or some nice spirits to stay behind and watch the carts and make sure no one messes with them.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, we definitely like that idea better than going up there with you all. Not that it seems dangerous, but walking sucks, and he's old. Like, really
Very.
old. Like,
I'm gonna
you
go
shouldn't
before
be
we
driving
go.
a carriage old.
Oh, well then, yes, friends, stay and rest.
And it's
I'm
crazy
going
to
to
think he was leading the charge, right? He was driving the front one.
Well,
In
you know,
the
some of the
dark.
best captains I've ever met in my entire life are the men who were 80 and 90 years old. They know how to read the river like nothing else. So I am going to start making breakfast, some potatoes, crack open some eggs, get some of that bread that I liberated from the other lady next to me, make us up a little breakfast, little hearty meal before we go.
Okay. Probably be the last of the eggs and bread that you were able to get from her.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're able to.
I know I only had a little bit left.
Yeah, you were definitely able to scrounge together a decent little brekkie, though.
I'm gonna grab one of the raw potatoes again and start saddling up librarian.
Oh yeah.
I love that he's eating raw potatoes like apples.
I love the horse is named Librarian. I really like that name for a horse. I don't know why.
It is a very good name.
We just need to throw some yeast in him and cast heat metal on him. We'll have some vodka in no time.
Yeah. You actually watch as Tome is offering like the other half of the potato to the librarian.
So
I'm going to lock
jelly,
up.
and now I have to ask, could we put flour and water and yeast in him and cast heat metal on him and use him like a big Dutch oven and make some bread?
Probably.
Let's say you're already turning him into a
Yeah.
stew or into a stew pot and a still.
You just
He's gonna come
that
out
works
looking
out.
just like Bender. It's
Yeah, I was
just gonna
about to
be a
say, you're
bigger
just-
guy.
you're just turning him into Bender at this point. He
He pops up
kinda
and
just
his
does whatever.
catchphrase is,
What is
bite
Bender?
my shiny necromantic ass.
Bender's a robot. Tome is a
Yeah.
robot. There's
Yeah.
gonna be similarities, guys.
Yeah, but I'll basically just be waiting on the horse just for everyone else to go, just petting it. being like,
Fry and Adran both wear red. I don't know.
That's true. Oh, that's awesome. Oh
Which
man.
one would be Which one would be Leela?
That's Nemoros.
I was gonna say Cal because she kicks ass.
Let's say then Cat would be Amy. Oh
No.
God, does that leave me as either Zoidberg or the frickin' janitor?
I was gonna say Cal was Zoidberg, but
Anyway,
it's
Why not good sales?
Zoidberg loves cats. I'm just saying, not for the right reasons, but
Oh,
No, you're thinking of Al.
like
well, that too. But that's different
Yeah.
too. But yeah, so
There's fire truck.
Oh, damn.
coming into my neighborhood.
oh,
hope your house
You
isn't
guys
on
see it
fire.
in the lights?
Mm-hmm.
are you getting
Nah, it's
spotted?
just old people. No, it's
That's
just
nice.
old people. A lot of old people live in my building. A lot of original owners, if you catch my drift. Properties are popping up fast.
So, yeah, if you guys are wanting to head up the pathway, it takes you guys just a little bit of time after you guys have your lovely little breakfast to get the wagons moved off of the roadway so that, you know, it's not a well-traveled road, but it is still a traveled road, so anybody through traffic could get around with ease. And the Orc Lady and Hob all agree to stay by with the wagons, and then I'd say
So let's go to
7 more horses that are left over from the guys.
Hey, Jake,
I-
real quick.
Yeah.
Could I have made a deal with the orc lady and the old man that they can disguise them being there as this just being open for business, and I split whatever they make with them? They get to keep whatever they make, or they get to keep half of whatever they sell. That way, it's not just sitting there empty.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can you guys hear Coda going crazy in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Um,
Lay down. Oh, that's a 6.
yeah, they're absolutely happy to help.
I have a feeling they're going to be. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use one of my luck points.
It might not be the worst time for it. Yeah, go for it.
Because you were going to have them rob me blind, weren't
Not
you?
blind, but mostly blind. Like Hob.
That's a
That was persuasion, correct?
Yes. Ooh, look at that. Karma.
Magic.
Oh, no, you know.
What the hell? Hell yeah.
I told you I feel lucky.
Nice.
The Dreamer, man.
Dreamer comes through in a pinch.
When your god's the god of luck, it makes sense, right? They are happy
Right.
to help. They are happy
Absolutely.
as heck to help. So yeah, you guys make your way up the road in places difficult to find where the road is, if not for the delineation of what looks like farmland on the side, at least what once was. You can see areas that are propped up and had been plowed at some point and then covered over by snow that is slowly starting to melt in places, letting a kind of a depressing brown show through. And a little while into the trek, you come across, maybe not 30 minutes in, you're not even beginning to feel winded or, well, you're riding horses, so you're not even beginning to feel bored yet or sore on the
Or in
backside.
Tome's case, being able to feel wind.
Man, it would be crazy, Tome, if all of a sudden you're just like, holy shit, I feel the wind. What does that mean?
I have to kill all humans.
Hey, just real quick, I want to throw one of my puff. I want to throw one of my puff balls out to go ahead and run ahead of us a little bit, or are we already there?
You're pretty much, well, you're not there, but you're, as you guys are, like, making your good time, a half hour or so into it, you come across, this it's a 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation, that has burned at some point, and most of the, like the front and the sides and most of the roof exist, but it's slouched and you can tell that most of the interior has burned.
Can I see any sigils along the roof line?
No, it's
This
just
is-
this is just a normal house.
Okay, well, I mean, you just had that thing about the roof, and so that would be fresh in
the
mind
roof-
to see what's looking.
The roof you saw was like 10 foot thick.
Okay,
Huge
okay.
roof. This is just an
Well, no, that's just like, in the top of his mind as he's going by. It's like, I just had this crazy dream about roofs. So it's one of those things that, like, it's like you never notice that car out there until you buy that car. Then you see them everywhere.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Totally get you.
So he's kind of like, oh, hey, look, there's the roof. Well, what if I see any sigils on there or anything? No, it wasn't that one.
But it's actually it's really overgrown, and you can see that there's like piles of rubble that used to be maybe outbuildings or something like that. Like, looks like we've found the farm for the farm road, as it were.
Okay.
And as it were, this is kind of the area where the road actually does end, and you start to see beyond the farm an actual like dense little thicket of trees here in the Ascale Plains. Mainly that was I believe something
Yeah.
that he had mentioned.
Tallest tree.
Yes. I'll kind of nod towards Melee, just like say like you should, like, trail ahead, and like if anyone comes out to greet you, just
Yeah, I'll throw on disguise self and ride
Yeah.
ahead.
At this point, I am going to throw one of my fluff balls out to Melee,
Okay.
just so she can have a little bit of extra help there with her, a little bit of alarm, a little bit of, something.
What you got?
Let's
Melee.
see.
It's time for the Gaslighter special.
It's called
It's gonna be
Bard.
completely abandoned.
Yeah. Well, you can put any
All
head on
right,
it you
let's
want.
see.
It's still gaslighting.
What is the fluff?
She is going to be accompanied by a boar.
A boar. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to reach down to this boar that pops up. It's got little pigtails in its mane. And this one's name is I can't think of a name for this boar. Someone give me a name for a pig.
Piggy.
Bacon.
Bacon. Love it. Bacon. Boom. Bacon the boar. Bacon is now pretty much
Trotting
is
along.
taking my command to follow Melee, obey her commands, and keep her safe.
Wait, so can this thing hear you, or what do I?
It
I'll send
acts
it back to
at
you?
it acts on my command. I can give it to you, and then it will follow your commands. Pretty much, I'm assigning it to you, letting you use it. It's there until the next dawn or until it dies.
Okay, so I'll send it back if there's people here, and then you guys should try to sneak, and I'll try to lead them out.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. So you're in disguise. Are you just going to approach like normal then, or are you still going to go about it stealthy like?
I'm gonna do a disguise of the same person I was, but without as much blood and wounds, and probably just ride up, looking around as I do so.
Okay. Hell yeah. So roll me a perception check.
She's trying to go pretty fast, as though it's in a hurry. 20.
Ooh, hell yeah, that's not bad at all. And this was actually a little bit of a high DC, at least up until a certain point, because at a certain point you're going to find a thing. But it's more like of a time thing. It is incredibly well hidden, and by the fact that it looks like it has been just completely claimed by nature. It looks like a like it's super like you could have missed it, because like you kind of top a little tiny hill and it looks like it's just tree and forest and grass and tree and tree and tree and hill, but you can tell that there's one that's just a little too tall, and sure enough there is a whole massive tree, maybe 10 foot around the trunk of this massive thing, growing atop this massive solid gray stone slab. With a 20 perception check, it appears to be one piece of quarried rock somehow. It's perfectly straight on all of its surfaces, or it would be if it weren't chipped and worn from time, and then covered over with lichen and moss and tree roots and cracked in places, but it looks solid. And it overhangs slightly with tendrils of vine hanging down everywhere. a small building made of the same material. The whole thing is maybe 30, 40 foot from end to end. And the roof is, again, maybe 6 to 10 foot thick. It is a weird building, but it's just squat little thing, and it is looks to be completely deserted. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. There's cobwebs hanging in the doorway that you can see that stands open.
Yeah, she'll say, all right, you stay here, Bacon. If something happens to me when I walk in there, you run and get everyone else. And then, she's going to go look in the doorway and look around quick.
Okay, yeah. Rolling off that 20 with a click cursory glance around, you can see there's piles of shit, boxes and stuff. Some of them are like dry rotted and falling in on themselves and things like that. There's a couple of nasty bedrolls that look like they haven't seen action in a long time, as well as looks like a cook fire and a pot that have dust and cobwebs in them as well. That's just kind of like made in the middle of the floor, like 5 feet in from the entrance.
Alright, I'll guess go back and grab everyone else. We can pick this place out together. Doesn't seem to be any immediate danger.
It was deserted? Yeah, I imagine this is like when you get back.
Yeah. Cobwebs all over the place. I think we're good. This is what it sounded like it would be.
I'll begin casting the detect magic spell. Just as I get closer, just to see if I pick up anything of note.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. So yeah, you guys all come across this place. Finlow, I think you recognize it immediately from your dream. Yeah, you guys find the open door, and now that you guys have some time and some eyes and whatnot, you guys are free to look around the space if you want to. Just let me know what you're looking for and looking at and whatnot.
I'm gonna look for any hidden entrances, like just kind of while I'm like going through the motions of the detect magic spell. If I can make an investigation.
Okay, yeah, roll me an investigation. Anybody else looking for anything?
And I will guide you.
Finn?
I'm gonna scrounge this place, comb this place with a fine-tooth comb. Like, I want to, like, I've been here before. I was shown something. I need to find what I was sent here for.
Okay.
So I'm going to start by inspecting what I can see of the roof, see if I can find those sigils, see if I can find those marks, see if I can get up
let's
there.
do one thing at a time. So let's
Sure.
let's go with let's just investigation to start off with there, Finn.
I was going to say,
All
he
right.
sounds very intense. Does Finlow outwardly change when we approach this place and start looking around?
Good question.
What do you mean by outwardly change?
Well, what it sounded like to me was he was going to start like feverishly searching the place.
Yes, I mean he is trying to find what it is that the dreamer is showing him. He was just shown this place the night before, and the first thing he's got to find a way up there to because you said this is 6 to 10 foot tall off the ground, right?
Yes.
And then so he's got to find a way to get there.
It's a 6 to 10 foot tall roof that is probably 10 foot off of the ground. So it is.
Okay.
It's high
So-
up there. Yeah.
So I got to find a way to elevate myself up there. Can Namora go up and get a closer look at them, and then maybe you show me, or then maybe Mei Lee draws out what she sees, so I can get a closer look at that.
Are you, did you tell us about the stream when we approached the place? Or are you just
Well,
asking me to look at what's on the roof?
I'm going to come up to you and say, I've been here before. This is the place I dreamt of last night. The dreamer is sending me here. We are here for a reason.
Oh,
She showed me these moon symbols along the roof, and I need to know, are they there? Can Nomura see them?
I have an idea.
Maybe the cat.
I was about to say Tome like pulls out
You
from
can
the
do
pocket
it
dimension.
in insight if you want, but Melee is trying to deflect the tome.
Oh.
Okay, Tome. Yes, brilliant idea.
Hmm.
Our dear friend the cat.
Can I make
What is
an
her
insight check on Melee? Just because that seems a bit odd.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
Insight, everybody.
I'll try to do a
Not that bad.
deception.
If you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
you're
is.
probably gonna beat a 12, or not. Maybe not.
Deception is good.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
maybe
Yeah.
just being lazy.
Dang.
I'll snap my fingers. And I'll hold Quill up and I'll say, Quill, you have a very important assignment.
Hell yeah.
I need you to scale these walls with your cat-like claws and stare at the roof.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
Good. Yes. I'm glad we're on the same page. You always could understand me, boy.
Wow.
Can he cast minor illusion of what he sees?
I will just yeet.
With the cat's eyes?
I will just yeet the cat at the wall, and so he just catches it.
Like one of those hang in there kitties.
Yeah.
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 Roll me cat athletics or
Okay.
acrobatics.
What
either
are-
one.
What are cat athletics?
They exist.
Athletics.
Yeah, they have stats.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I thought you meant like athletics for him to throw.
So did I.
I mean, I guess
I'm
it is.
not gonna lie.
Use the catapult
see-
spell.
I'm gonna land on it too.
I'll punch him into the
Can
wall.
I use a mage hand to raise it up
Actually,
so it's got something to sit on?
if
Cats
you
don't weigh that
want
much.
to,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
did that
let's
give him
do that.
advantage?
yeah, you can actually do that. Yeah, you could give him. Yeah.
The help action.
Yeah.
There we
Give
go.
him like a
Let's
little,
eat. Let's eat this kitty.
So
little
it's a +2.
like arcane
little
psychic
separate-
cat tree.
Yeah. So
It's just it's got the hand like this, and the cat just jumping from one finger to another to go up the hat or to go up the hand.
so it's with advantage.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna add +2 to this.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just gonna
that
roll-
seems fair.
I'm just gonna roll 2d20 twice.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20. Never mind, he didn't
That's
need it.
Perfect.
That's my boy.
The cat goes flying into a fur ball
Yeah. Now, cat
and lands gracefully and does a bow.
grabs onto the roots with his claws, and chippy. Yeah.
Well, did it.
I will. I'm going to save your investigation that you did earlier for earlier things, but go ahead and roll me an investigation, Tome.
Sure. I will see through the cat's eyes.
And Finn, as you, well, we'll get to that here in just a second.
Oh, I have to roll with the cat stats. So that's a. Ooh, it's a -4. Oops. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see what the cat. We'll see what the
Can
cat
we guidance
finds.
the cat? Can we guidance the cat?
I gotta be touching him. All right. Well,
We can see.
we'll find out. The 5.
5. Hey, but you have the ability to like womp through his eyes, don't you?
Oh, I have to use the. Don't I have to use the cat statistics?
Well, if you're looking through the eyes, it's your stats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
right.
roll that with yours, buddy.
Let me re-roll that real fast.
And if you fail to, there we go.
Much
25.
better. Much better. Heck
The
yeah.
cat's eyes turn robotic.
You see, you see a series of glyphs that have been carved there after the fact. With a 25, I think you can tell that they have been carved there after the fact. They are not part of this building originally. They're like graffiti almost. And you see it's weathered with time, but you see the essentially what you gather to be somewhat of an illustration of the phases of the moon in linear progression.
Interesting.
Also with a 25, interesting. Again, heavily faded and in a script very familiar to you, but also different in a lot of ways. Because, like, the way that dialects can be, it's just off in certain ways, but it's familiar enough that you can make out at least the word magia that has been carved there, that does look like it was part of the original building. There is a lot more there, but it is all lost to time and age, and it would take something far more substantial to determine what it was.
I'm going to look at Tome and I'm going to ask him, "What do you see, friend? Can you show me? Can you maybe can you create an illusion of it? Can you let me see what the cat sees?"
Unfortunately, that is not within my power to do at this current moment, but I am able to detect, well, first what appears to be carvings of the phases of the moon. Is this significant?
That is the dreamer's mark.
We asked for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roll me a religion check real quick, Finn.
Can you
As a cleric,
draw what
only
you
have a
see?
+1.
What was
5.
that? What was that, Melee?
Can you draw what you see?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is indeed within my power, but I will. You will need to hold the page in front of me as I am blind.
I will. I'll grab a piece of paper and a quill from my satchel here, hand it to him.
Very well.
Put the quill in his hand, guide his other hand to the book to where he can feel the resistance between the two, and let him go from there. Let's say you are in the center of the page. You have about 3 inches on either side, 6 inches up and down.
Very well. What is it to draw? What check do I make?
Performance.
Oh,
Bardic Inspirations.
I was hoping he wouldn't say that. Can I guidance
Plus
myself?
on a hand.
You
What
got you can guidance it, and you got bardic on top of that. Yeah. So.
All right, I will expend it immediately because I definitely need it. Okay. Performance -1, but
Hey, we can
What?
do this. We can make lemonade, baby.
yes, I will unless I roll a 1 on both of these. In which case, then, I'll roll the D4 and then the bardic inspiration afterwards. Okay,
Oh.
not great.
You're a D6.
A D6,
we can do
perhaps.
something.
Perhaps. Oh,
Right.
come on! It's a 7.
7.
Can I give him the help action?
No, but thankfully, it's not the greatest, but it's hard to mess it up.
Okay.
Like, what he's drawing is so simple that even if it's the worst drawing of it possible, you kind of know what's going on.
It's that hole you punched through supposed to be.
Yeah, and with your 5 of a religion check, Finn, it doesn't seem like it's it's definitely a adornment for or in dedication to likely to the dreamer, but there is also likely no significance to it other than that, and it's likely that the significance lies elsewhere, but within, if that makes sense.
Was I able to read the language that the word magia was written in?
No. No. I'm positive.
He was able to transcribe that, though, correct?
More or less.
All right,
yeah, it's above the table. I'll tell you guys. It's a language that I'm pretty sure only Tome has access to.
Is it Celestial?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
Not Sylvan?
kind of. But
Undercommon, Hollow Talk, Dwarvish, or Gnomish?
it is.
I'm sure-
Tome would recognize it because the guesses will not stop otherwise. Tome would recognize it as different than the Elorian that he is used to. But inside, as you guys kind of like make your way back in, and Tome, you can kind of pick up from where you left off looking around. Cal, are you looking around the inside as well?
She's just kind of looking to see if anything seems like something's odd or out of place.
Cool. You can make me a perception or an investigation if you'd like. As Tome,
Celtic has detect magic.
Oh yeah, I did cast that.
yeah, that is right. Yeah. And actually, interesting. Let me see here.
What'd you cast, Tom?
Detect magic.
Yeah, he did that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he
A while
did
ago.
that on the walk up, and I'd forgotten all about that.
I was just gonna offer to do the same thing.
I think up here. Let me see here.
I got a 9.
9. Okay.
You see Quill come down and he jumps back into your arms.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Home. I think with a 15, you find. Let's see here. Let's do. You find 8. Essentially servings of rations of jerky that look like they're still mostly fine. Not that you care about that, but a human that ate them would probably not be hurt too badly. And you also find another copy of the map that you had found on the bandits. You find another copy of that, and then you also find a with a 15. One more second. You find a serviceable block and tackle that you can actually feel like you can get down from the roof that they had used to hoist up a cook pot at some point and left, but you feel like you could get it down. It's got a couple cracks in some of the wood spools, but you feel like with a couple seconds you could have it right as rain.
I'll add that to my inventory.
Heck yeah.
But what of the detect magic?
The detect magic is the fun part. So, and Cal, as you're making your way around, I'll say this, for cursory glance, detect magic, you're not getting anything right now. But Cal, as you're kind of like poking around, looking around the room, kind of walking kind of towards the middle, towards the far right side of the place, will you give me a dexterity saving throw as you kind of like nudge around a pile of rags on the ground?
22.
22, not bad at all. You are able to your foot lands on a piece of wood on the ground, a thin sheet of wood, like think a piece of plywood, but maybe a little thicker because that'd be difficult to cut. But and you transition your weight as you roll your foot forward onto it, Cal, and you hear that crack and that sharp sensation of like, I know what's about to happen, and you roll backwards. There is something underneath that that piece of wood is covering something. That you almost fell through.
Okay, so it wasn't something that she stepped on like a mine type of thing. It was just like a board gave out because there was no room underneath it. Okay. I thought you were saying like we're talking Claymore here. I was going to have my mage hand come in and press down on the thing and have her move her foot and run away. Like, oh shit.
Corvin's back. He just sent her in. No.
Guess what? It's a glyph of warding.
Disintegrate spell.
Are you all right, Calandra?
Yes, it seems there's a board loose here.
Interesting.
What do I find under it?
If you, if
oh
you
my gosh, sorry.
pull
You
it
need to
up,
move.
yeah, if you pull it up, it is you find a staircase descending down.
I'm gonna be like, hey guys,
And it is
I
dark,
think I found something.
cobwebby as shit.
No
Does
more
my detect
split
magic-
out in front. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Does my detect magic see anything now that the staircase is revealed?
I think 60 foot is the range on it, so no.
Okay.
Yeah, Nemoros floats out and looks at it and says, "Ooh, I like the look of this place. Feels homey."
Homie.
I'll reach for my
Quick
sword.
question. Is Bacon still with us?
Of course, until tomorrow.
Okay. We're gonna have Bacon take the lead here. He's gonna be our sacrificial hand if necessary.
I love it.
But do I see any
that.
do I see any glyphs, anything like that near the stairwell? Does it look like these stairs have been here for the same amount of time as those kind of? Does it have the same weather? Does it look like they're made from the same type of stone?
Roll me investigation.
All right. God, I've got to get better investigation.
Not bad
17?
at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, it is. Looks like people have not been down here in quite some time, and it is old as shit. It looks like the stairs are cut into the rock that the floor is made out of.
Does this resemble the same stone that the ceiling was made out of?
Yeah, it's all the same.
Okay, so we can tell that it's been there about the same amount of time.
Yeah, yeah.
An educated guess would say that. So then this most likely has to do with why those glyphs were up there. I'm throwing all of reckless abandon aside. I'm grabbing Bacon and I'm just heading down there to see what we can find. I've got dark vision out to 60 feet. Bacon's gonna take the lead to trigger any traps. I'll keep healing him if necessary to keep him alive, so he can just keep on being our big furry bow-tied, or so she can keep on being our big furry bow-tied trap trigger.
I gotcha. You guys follow?
Sure. I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
out. I'm gonna unsheath Helheim so that me and Calandra can see in the dark.
Ooh.
As he starts down,
Appreciated.
Nemoros is gonna float over and say, "Hey, don't get killed down there. I already got the skull spot this party."
Yeah. 60.
And you get
Don't
a
worry, buddy. I got you.
bardic inspiration.
Yay.
Thank you.
Interestingly enough.
All right, Bacon. Are you ready?
Wait, hold on a second. Tom, what's up?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jake.
Interestingly enough, my blade with the moon things on the top, my blade does emit moonlight.
Hell yeah, it
That's
does. Hell yeah.
but
it
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
That is the Dreamer's presence in your weapon. All right, who's ready?
What is this again? Just the dreamer sent us here? Or do you
I
know
think
what's down there?
I think it's a little bit of a combination of.
We just kind of happened here, and it's relevant to his
Oh,
dream.
no, in character.
Oh,
she's
in
asking.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Asking Finlow.
Oh, I saw this place in my dream last night, and it felt like a warm hug. It felt like a place that the dreamer wanted me to be. I felt the urging to find this place. There's something here I need to find.
Okay, I just wanted to check. And all right, your god sent us here. Got it.
Absolutely. I'm going to just say a quick little prayer for everybody, and I'm going to give all four. I'm going to cast the bless spell on us.
All right. With.
Level 2 spell slot that'll allow me to get 4.
With the words of Finlow, beseeching his goddess for her assistance and watching over of you all, the spell takes hold under the light of Helheim, which spills out this blue-green faint light of Ayat that fills you all with an added warmth. For the first, we'll say, for the duration of this bless spell, not saying any subsequent ones, but for the duration of this bless spell, every bless will be treated as a +4.
Ooh, nice.
As the Dreamer's presence is known with you here, even in this dark, ancient space. And that's where we're going to pick up next time, guys. You're on
Hey.
Legends of Abhaile.
All
Thanks
right.
for watching.
Thanks, guys. We can't wait to see what Finlow gets up to next time. Hey,
Nice.
Calandra, remind